Hello Internet, Vierden here. Welcome back to my Dark Souls 3 build guides videos. This time around I'm going to be doing something that you don't really see very often in Dark Souls 3, a poison build, specifically my walking Wasteland build. I've already done a video on this build if you want to take a look at that, with all the fancy editing and music and all that. I've put a link on the screen as well as in the description. However, for this video I'm going to be going over the stats, the weapons, and generally just how I use the build. I'll be summoning some people into my world and dueling them. It's been a little while since I've used this build, but I really enjoyed it the last time, so here's hoping I have just as much fun in this video. We'll cover my stats first, of course. I'm on my Nameless Drifter character, so my soul level is 125 with 99 hollowing. I've got 27 vigor. This gives me a base of 1000 HP, and with the Ring of Favor plus 1 and an Ember, I've got 1358. I don't have the Ring of Favor plus 2 or any of the plus 2 rings on this character, unfortunately, but I'm making do. I've got 18 attunement. This gives me 3 attunement slots, although I'm only really using 2 of them. I could put something else here, but I generally don't need to for my build. This also gives me 136 focus points. This is pretty important, seeing as I'm going to be using the Toxic Mist spell fairly often during my fights, as well as using the weapon arts for my weapon. Endurance is at 35. This gives me 160 endurance, which is a pretty solid number. This is, of course, also bolstered by the Ring of Favor plus 1. Vitality is at 15. I didn't edit this at all, don't really need it, seeing as I'm not wearing any heavy armor or any heavy weapons or anything. Strength is at 18. My dexterity is 23 here, but it's actually only at 18. I'm wearing the Hunter's Ring, which gives me an extra 5 points in dexterity. This gives me 324 damage from my spear, which isn't super high, but this spear is surprisingly fast and does have a lot of range on it, so I've been able to kill a fair amount of people with it. Intelligence is at 16 with Faith at 25. This is so that I can use the White Hair Talisman, which is a dual catalyst capable of casting both miracles and pyromancies. My miracle, of course, being Deep Protection, and my pyromancy being Toxic Mist. And of course, I've got 47 luck. My base luck is actually only 42, but I'm using a hollow infused weapon at plus 10, so that bumps it up to this, with the extra 5 points. Speaking of weapons and gear, my weapon is the Hollow Rotten Grue Spear at plus 10. This gives me 42 base poison on it, and I'm also buffing that with Rotten Pine Resin. That gives me a huge amount of poison buildup, and paired with my luck means that I can poison most enemies within only a few hits. I'm using the White Hair Talisman, plus 5, as previously mentioned. Again, this just lets me cast both of my spells. I'm also using the Black Knight Shield, plus 5. You don't really need to use this shield specifically. I'm just not very good at parrying, as you probably noticed from my previous videos. This one lets me use my weapon arts, and the weapon arts for this spear is a charge, which is very good for applying poison if you can connect all the hits. There's not a whole lot of shields in the game that let you use weapon arts, but I tend to prefer them, again, because I'm terrible at parrying. My ever-important fashion souls is the Build Mask, Dark Armor, Dark Gauntlets, and the Dark Leggings. This gives me this kind of skeletal, dark, evil, spiky looking build. Honestly, I really like the Dark Armor in Dark Souls 3. It's really impressive and decrepit looking, and I don't know, it's got a really cool visual. But as always, beauty is only skin deep, and if you don't want to wear this fashion souls, then, well, you can just wear whatever you want. For my rings, I have the Ring of Favor plus 1, as previously mentioned, Chloranthy Ring plus 1 for more stamina regeneration, which I am also getting from the Deep Protection spell and this Green Blossom. Generally speaking, when I'm fully buffed on this build, I have a hell of a lot of stamina regeneration, and that's pretty important, seeing as you're going to want to be very aggressive with a build like this. Speaking of aggressive, I've got the Sage Ring plus 1. This lets me cast my Toxic Mist spell fairly quickly, and I can actually spam a battlefield with Toxic Mist quite often, and there's some neat little tricks and tactics you can do with Toxic Mist, which I will hopefully demonstrate in this video. And of course, the Hunter's Ring. This bumps my dexterity up to 23, giving me some nice damage. For my items, I have Ashen Estus to restore my focus points, Green Blossom to buff my stamina regeneration, Rotten Pine Resin to make my poisonous spear even more poisonous, and Poison Throwing Knives, and regular Estus in case I actually win. Spoiler alert, I'm probably gonna die a lot with this build. This is not a really serious build, honestly. It's more of a fun build, although I have been able to kill a surprising amount of people with it. Not many people expect poison builds, and they generally don't know what to do about them. And if I can actually proc Toxic on them, well, that can make people panic, and a panicked opponent is an easy opponent to kill. Or at least in theory. When you're doing PvE content, which this build is surprisingly good for, Toxic Mist can be really effective. Anyway, we are going to go into the Pontiff area, as usual, and summon people into our worlds and hopefully kill them. Alrighty, who's going to be our first victim for tonight? How about you, Exile? Cool, we actually got them first try. Also, just as a heads up, I'm very rusty with this build, so I apologize if I die a lot. It's probably gonna happen. I'll also show you the order in which I use my buffs, if this person is polite and actually lets me buff. Sometimes you get people who don't, which is kinda rude, honestly, but, you know, you get what you get. Is that the Goddard's Twin Swords? Yep. Oh, jeez. We're off to a great start. Oh, and there's the Edgelord emote. So they're bowing. Now I usually buff with Deep Protection first, followed by Green Blossom, and then the Rotten Pine Resin. Switch to my Toxic Mist and my Throwing Knives. They are buffing with Lightning, because of course they are. Let's see if I can get a charge off. Bit ambitious, but this person isn't parrying me. See if I can use a Toxic Mist. I'm going to use this to block the visibility, dive into it, and then... Whoops. Well, that was a failure. I forgot to switch my shield. Try that again, shall we? Open that up, and now... charge. See, the thing about Toxic Mist is that you can actually use it to block visibility, which is something that doesn't get used very often. It'd be real nice if I could proc poison on this person. I was able to hit them a couple of times. Ouch! Goddard's Twin Swords, though. Ah, there's the rolling R1s. Of course there is. Yep. There they are. Yeah, do your battle cry, Exile. I did actually proc poison on them, though. So there's that. If they hadn't rolling R1'd me to death, I might have eventually beat them. So, we're off to a fantastic start. We got someone with Goddard's Twin Swords and a lightning buff. Did I mention I'm gonna die a lot? Because that's gonna happen. You may have noticed, though, that I did actually get poison activated on that enemy there. Loki. Can we summon you? Yay. The thing about poison, though, is that it only does 4 ticks of damage per second, which is, like, nothing. In Dark Souls 2, which was my first Souls game, poison was absolutely brutal. It basically decimated your health before anything, and if you got toxic in Dark Souls 2, well, you might as well give up just there and then. In Dark Souls 3, though, it's a lot slower. I have been able to kill people with it in the past, but it takes some time. Hopefully I'll be able to get a poison kill in this video, but no promises. What is that? Looks like the Lucerne. Huh. Haven't gone up against someone using that in a long time. Alrighty, buff time. Nope, they've switched it out for the Black Knight Sword. Very interesting moveset on that. You don't see it used very often, although this person looks like they're going to try and parry me, so I gotta be careful. Let's try a power attack. Rolling attack. Nope. Back to the Lucerne, eh? Get some harassment. See if we can get them to come to us. They're playing defensive at the moment, which I don't want them to do. Yeah, gotcha. I'm faster than you are. Damn it. They out-hyper armor me, though. Should have tried to parry me, sir. Wait, what shield is that? Is that the one that can parry? Yeah, they can parry with that one. Now, something you can do with Toxic Mist is you can actually use it as a kind of safe zone, because it doesn't affect you, but it will affect them, and it blocks their visibility from you. And I'm going to try and charge out of it. That was a mistake. It also blocks your visibility, so be careful with it. My buff is already worn off. Ouch. Probably going to lose this fight as well. I can knock them out of their hyper armor, but it'd be real nice to actually proc poison on them. I think I got really lucky on that one. Ooh, jeez. Traded a hit there. And they still haven't procced poison. And I'm out of focus points, of course. Ah! Well, I'm one hit away from death, so they're gonna try and use a knife. This is where a 100% block shield comes in handy. I keep forgetting that I have that. Now, the good thing about a shield and a spear is I can poke from behind the shield. And I can play defensively and actually have that work. It does reduce my stamina regen though, so gotta be careful. Still haven't procced poison on this person. This is risky, but yep, that was a mistake. Oh well, shouldn't have been so aggressive when I had literally no HP. This has been a learning experience, not just for you guys, but also for me. Lesson number 1, I have a 100% block shield. Lesson number 2, I have a 100% block shield, and that was gonna probably be really handy. Lesson number 3, I forgot to ember myself. So, yeah. I can tell this is gonna be a quality video, full of quality content and absolutely skilled gameplay. Nothing but the best from your old pal Vierden. This person has a nice name though, Spellsword Annie. Thought it was Sellsword for a second. Either way, let's get our buffs ready. Hello Annie, what are you using? Looks like a target shield and some kind of curve sword. Wardens? I'm not sure. But this person is a mage hybrid, so probably gonna deal a lot of damage. Okay, they actually let me buff. There's that full weapon arts. Took a hit for my trouble, but not as much damage as I was expecting. Still haven't procced poison, but yeesh. Okay, there we go, there's poison. As you can see, it's only doing 4 per hit, but now I can play defensively. And also poke from behind my shield. Whoa. Once again, I'm on low HP, and they are being very aggressive. And their magic damage got me through my shield. In fairness, I forgot to ember, which is entirely my fault, but I had no HP again. Ashy. Cooly ooly. We got this person. And this time I actually remembered to ember. Let's patch a squat while we wait. Patch a squat's a nice little animation to go with this character, I think. Yeah, here we go. Now what sword is that? Using leather armor. That's Onikiri Ubadachi and the Night Skier. Hey, hey, hey! Well, this person's just not even gonna let me buff. So I feel absolutely no shame in R1ing them a bunch. Followed by this. I'll bow to them. I'm not dishonorable. Be nice if they let me buff though, but hey, look, our first win and we did it without buffs. Now, as you probably saw there, you can be pretty quick with this weapon, surprisingly. This guy looked like Darth Vader without his mask on. See some weird people at the Pontiff area, like me. Let's patch a squat for good luck. Seemed to work last time. Oh cool, they actually summoned quite close. And they are also using a Black Knight shield by the look of things, so gotta expect their weapon art. Hi Gabriel! Are you gonna let me buff? Yay. This, and this. What weapon is that? Some kind of straight sword. Lothric Knight? Yeah, it looks like Lothric Knight. Hit trade there. Pretty sure we took the same amount of damage, but he's probably got more HP than I do. Most people go higher than 1,000, like somewhere like 1,000 and I don't know. Yikes. I've procced poison on him though. Now let's see if we can be really cheeky and get toxic as well. Probably not, but we can use it as a safe zone. And I should really switch back to my shield. Ooh, that was close. Uh-oh. Damn it. That's one problem with using a shield when you're blocking. If you get guard broken, it opens you up to a riposte, which, in my case, instantly killed me. What are we up to now? 4 losses and 1 win? I am getting better though. It's all coming back to me. Farusa the Bold. They're not as good as Felicia the fucking Strong. That's a vintage Dark Souls meme for you there. Probably not a lot of people gonna get that, but who cares? Getting some RP names in here today. And they're wearing Fashion Soul's ring. I can respect that. But it looks like... Okay, no, it's not Goddard's twin swords. That looks like another Lothric Knight straight sword. And a parrying dagger. And Dragon Slayer spear. Excuse me while I buff. Thank you for being polite. Spear versus spear. Mine's cooler, it's got poison. And parry. Not instantly killed though. That is one thing to keep of note when you have a spear like this, is you can be parried pretty easily. Not many people use the parrying dagger though, which is interesting. Interesting to see someone actually using it. Really thought they were going to try and parry again there. Let's see if we can bait them out. Get our stamina back first though. Ouch. We did bait them, but not very well. Uh-oh. It's a close one. Although I probably lost this one. Yep, there we go. Called it as it happened. Got guard broken again, but they didn't riposte me. They didn't need to. Starting to think this build might not actually be very good. No. I did say earlier on in the video that this is not a serious build. If I can just get one poison kill in, I'll be pretty happy. Damn it, didn't get to summon there. But yeah, don't use this build if you're looking for something that's gonna be real good in PvP. Because it's not. Or maybe just I'm not good at PvP. Maybe that's what's wrong. But yeah, that's one of the wonders of editing. In my Walking Wasteland video, I was able to cut out the 10 million times I died and include the 10 times I was able to kill people. Can't really do that with this video because I'm doing live commentary. More or less, anyway. Another Fashion Souls ring, and a great sword by the look of things. Hi, Brundolf. What great sword are you using? Whatever it is, it's buffed with lightning. Is that like a claymore or a... I think that's a claymore. They were able to freaking phantom range me though. Wow. Yikes. And instantly dead. Oh jeez. Setting a new record for being killed really quickly. I don't know what greatsword that guy was using. Probably like the I don't know, Drake Knight one or something. Had the Drake Knight moveset. But god, that thing took off all of my HP and it had so much phantom range. Might have been a bit laggy. Maybe I'll get another kill. At least one other one in this video. Who knows? Or is it just going to be like 40 minutes of me dying miserably? I'm not sure. Let's patch a squat. Patch a squat for good luck. Heaven knows we need it. Another greatsword by the look of things. Not sure what one. Hi! Oh no, that one's definitely the claymore. That is a very solid weapon, claymore. Alright, Mr. Claymore. See, look at the amount of damage these people are doing to me. I went up against someone who had a claymore before, and I don't know, they were able to take off half of my HP with one hit. It's in my Profane Lord video. I should probably give that weapon a try. Because, yeah, look at that, it hits real hard. I am doing like piddly damage. Proc poison though. Will this be the one? Probably not. Whew, that was risky. They managed to hyper armor through my hit, but I avoided it somehow. Damn it. I need to stop summoning people who are better than me. That's the real problem. Great, another great sword. We're gonna no, that's not a great sword. That's a great club. Alrighty. I don't know what shield that. No, it's the large leather shield, or just the leather shield. I'm not sure. Yeah, set your club on fire. As if I wasn't fucked enough already. Why you throw knives at me? We haven't even started. That. I was about to say that didn't do as much damage as I was expecting, but it totally did. You don't see many people using the Great Club, which is interesting because it has a lot of potential. The weapon art is pretty brutal. I need to get away from this person. Gonna try and parry me. I do not want to get riposted by that thing. I think my speed is giving me the advantage here, though. So far, all the people I've gone up against that I've lost to have had slow weapons. Oh, sorry, slow-ish weapons. Damn it, stamina. Uh-oh. Slow-ish weapons or fast weapons. He's gonna moss. Yep. Didn't want to die to the poison. You gotta deny me my one thing. Don't appreciate it, sir. That's rude. You could have at least given me the poison killer. Well, still beat him. I did force him to moss. So that is a... Force him to moss. God, that sounds weird. You know, that's something. I got some pretty gnarly damage in with my poison, which is more than I can say about the other fights we've had so far. The fear. Let's summon the fear. He didn't look very scary, but who knows. Hello, Carthus Curved Sword. Alrighty. Yeah, the fear's not very scary, but that is a scary weapon and a parrying shield, so... We're probably gonna lose, but let's go for it anyway. Youch. They're not hollow though, so they're probably not gonna be trying to bleed me. Probably just using it for the speed and the damage. Which, granted, the Carthus Curved Sword has a lot of both. God, the delayed hits. Thanks, Miyazaki. Procced poison. Probably not going to do us much good, but we did it. Oops, accidentally unlocked there. Don't parry me, sir. I don't appreciate it. I don't want to be parried. Don't want to be riposted by that sword. Thing is, his fire damage will go through my shield even if I'm blocking. It won't be as bad, but I don't exactly have the most HP. Is it? Come on, stand up. I'm just gonna patch his squat and watch him. Is he just gonna let himself die to poison? Yeah, he's given up. Rest in peace. Let's get a good look at him. Merged into the floor. Let's patch a squat over his face. Why not? There we go. This will be what you look at while you die to my poison. Hold on, let's make it even worse for him. Yeah. Proc toxic on him as well. See, I told you can proc toxic. Look at that. Deals quite a bit of damage if you can actually proc toxic. Now let's watch him slowly die. Not that slowly. I forget how much damage toxic does per tick. Goodbye. Thanks for letting me win. I like that guy. He had a sense of humor. Wasn't afraid to die for to make a random Yahoo like me happy. Who else we got? Locelli. Having much better luck summoning people this time around, which is nice. Maybe we'll get someone else who lets themselves die to poison. What's that? That is the Immolation Tinder and the Gargoyle Flame Spear. Two very scary weapons. Hi. Alright, person who's almost inevitably gonna destroy me. Let's see what you got. At least he's not gonna parry me. But the Immolation Tinder is one scary weapon. Not many people use it, but it's got so much potential. That is a... That's a... what? Pontiff Curve Sword? What's it called? Yeah, Pontiff Knight Curve Sword, I think is what it's called. You don't see many people using that. This guy's going out of bounds with his weapons. Procced poison on him. Don't you use moss. I worked very hard to poison you, sir. I'll poison you again. Ouch. Never mind. Man, this guy's switching weapons up like crazy. Ah, jeez. Twin Prince Greatsword. Ah, yeah. There we go, we've lost. Pray to me. Pray that I reach the gates of heaven. So this video is probably gonna run a bit long, but I'm only just getting back into how to use this build. And I don't want this video to be all me dying. I mean, as amusing as that would inevitably be, me failing to kill most of these people, I do want to show off this build for what it can be, and it's not, you know, it's not a great build, I'll be the first to admit, but it is it's a fun build, and it shouldn't be one that people just like dismiss out of hand. You can actually kill people with this build. It'd be real nice if I could actually get a poison or toxic kill without the person falling down and letting themselves die, but we'll find out. Looks like... what is that? That's the Dragon Slayer Sword Spear. This guy's got the Nameless King stuff going. Uh-oh. Somehow that didn't hit me. Well, I ain't arguing. Aha! Ouch. MC Swag Lord, You are too dank for me. Look at these delayed hits, man. Who am I connecting to? They're not like rubber banding or anything, but god, these are some delayed hits. That wasn't delayed, thankfully. That probably would have messed me up if it was. Oh, he's trying to parry. Luckily, I've already procced poison on you, so now I can accidentally rebuff. That was a mistake. This is probably also a mistake, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I want to get something. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this connection, but I'm like hitting him several years after I should be. Or not at all, as the case may be. Does that actually ever hit anyone? Probably people who aren't expecting it, but if you've done any real PvP, you probably are going to expect it. Probably should have kept playing defensive there. Got his health down quite a bit, but not that much. So I'm going to be optimistic and say that we've been seeing some gradual improvement from this build. Or rather, from me, so who knows. Maybe we'll actually get some more kills. First thing, we actually need to summon somebody. Don't do this to me again, Dark Souls. Okay, cool. We're not really seeing many people using meta builds, which I appreciate because... Oop. Yeah, look, see Brigand's twin daggers and what looks like a parrying dagger. This person's already buffing up. Oop, Dark Moon Blade on those Brigand Twin Daggers. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna cut right through my shield. But let's go up against it anyway. Are they wearing any Knight of Thorns gear? Doesn't look like it, so I need to watch my stamina. Even with Dark Moon Blade, those things don't really do a whole lot. Kinda sad. Have I already procced poison? I have, wow. Don't know how I did it so quick on this person, but ain't arguing. I saw someone using a build like this in a different video, not one of mine, but it was surprisingly effective. So I gotta be careful, gotta keep my wits about me. Might not be doing the most damage, but it is still scary. I've got a lot of iframes with that weapon art. But if people were using meta builds like Goddard's Twin Swords and stuff all the time, I probably wouldn't be getting any victories at all. Even less than I'm already getting. I wonder... This is probably a bad idea, but here goes. Always a bad idea to cast that spell. Can use my range advantage against this person though. They're gonna try and rebuff. I'm not gonna let them. Shit, I let them. Oh yeah, I just noticed they're wearing, what is that called? Tears of Denial. Poison? Fun fact about it? Really good at dealing with Tears of Denial. If I can actually get this guy down to, pop that Tears, he will die pretty quick because it will not cure the poison, and the next poison proc hit will kill him. Had that happen before in my last video. I forget if I record on video, but it has happened. Being sloppy, trying to get my stamina back, just letting this guy's HP whittle down into nothing. He's using his iframes a lot, although I can probably... Uh-oh. Whew. If he hadn't been spamming there, he could have riposted me, and that would have been bad. Gonna keep him at a distance, see if I can kill him with the poison. Come on. Come on. Don't you dare use a moss. Still killed him. But I saw what he was trying to do. He was trying to use a moss there. Everyone wants to spoil my fun. But I won't let him. I will poison everybody. Chippy monks. We got chippy monks. I'm so used to having to pick up my souls. I was like looking around for them just then. Tells you everything you need to know about this build. Still, we killed the Brigand's Twin Daggers guy. Where are you gonna spawn in, chippy monks? Probably over by the, oh no, not too far away. That looks like a Cathedral Knight Greatsword. Haven't actually faced off against one of those in a long time. Quite a nasty weapon. Don't know what that was, didn't hear it. Probably hello. Buffing with lightning though. That's probably one of the strongest buffs in the game. Yeah, look at the damage. Granted, I can do some damage too if I'm clever. Now, what are you gonna do with that? Throw lightning? Well, I respect you for throwing lightning. Lightning stake, eh? You should probably be using a talisman for that so you can get the hyper armor. Otherwise, it's very easy to knock people out of. I am being way too reckless with this guy. What is it about people with huge weapons that makes me want to rush into them? It's bad for my health. Woohoo! Another kill! See, it just took me some time. Or maybe I'm just lucky. But I'm actually getting some kills now. So I'll keep recording. Again, this video will probably be pretty long, but you know, it's character development. It's evolution. You get to see the learning process as I do. No build is going to be perfect the moment you start it. And it was... golly, it was a while ago that I used this build. But it does have potential. You know, it can be viable. If you are clever and lucky and practice a lot. That's saying basically nothing. Hello, person, what have you got? Dragon Slayer Sword Spear. Didn't go so well against the last person who had one of those. But maybe we'll learn from our mistakes, if this guy's even here. Don't have my call out. Sir? Hello? Okay, yeah, he's here. Cool. Into the dueling arena, sir. Let's bow. Hey, hey! What? That's rude! I was bowing! Alright, sir. You have been impolite for the last time. It's the second time people with this weapon have been impolite. What is it about the Dragon Slayer Sword Spear? Christ! Alright, I've probably not won this one, but... unless I'm incredibly careful, which I'm not. If you've watched this video so far, you will know that I am not careful. Don't you use force on me? I haven't even procced poison on him yet. I can get the quick hit in there. What was that? Procced poison. And he's using a moss. What a fucking spoil sport. Impolite spoil sport. I really hope I can kill this guy. He's rude. Nope, never mind. He heard me. Don't wave goodbye. You've got knives in your crotch. You should really get that checked, sir. Hope I didn't accidentally summon somebody I've already fought. That last guy, though, wow, he was impolite. Not the most impolite person I've ever fought against, but... I mean, I've fought against some rude people before. There was one guy who I summoned in, and the moment he saw me, he just started thwacking away. Like, I was waving or something? I forget. But he basically R1 spammed me to death before I even had a chance to react. And then he pointed down at the floor. I was salty that day. What spear is that? Partisan? Yeah, that looks like Partisan. And the Grass Crest Shield. And he's lagging. Hopefully not too badly. Alright. Spear versus shield versus shield versus spear. Ah! I love doing that. I love like knocking people out of big attacks with the spear. It's so satisfying. Cause like, ooh, you think you're gonna do a big swing? Nah. You're not gonna do a big swing. See? Like that. And with proc poison. See, with my build, you can proc poison very fast. Whoop. Walked right into that power attack, though. I gotta not be reckless. Once I've procced poison, I need to start playing defensively. Keep them at a distance, but also keep the pressure up so that they don't use a moss or get the wrong idea or something. I don't see many people using the Partisan either. Again, not a meta weapon. Guess everyone's trying to be creative. Ah, oh shit. He outranged me. Fair fight though, fair fight. I think the next victory I get will be the last fight that I record. Now, that may not be for some time, but I do want to get one more victory before I stop it. I might be being a little optimistic here, but I don't know. I've been able to get some kills in the last couple of fights. And some of them I even got legitimately. I still do like how the fear just sort of flopped down, gave up on life, and let me kill them. I've got one poison kill, more or less. I mean, I had to finish him off with knives, but, you know, that's basically the same thing. The fact that I had to force somebody into using a moss, which gave me an open to kill them, that's good enough for me. What's you using? Lothric Knights, Straight Sword, Golden Pine Bundles. Okay, this person is twitchy and aggressive. They've been at the energy drinks and the caffeine. It's a little too slow on that uptake. Haven't used my weapon out for a little while. I outranged them, but not by much. The Lothric Knight Straight Sword has some pretty impressive range on it. What? Trying to spam wake up and phantom range? Okay, come on. That's just dirty. That's just dirty. I have no idea how that even worked, but alright. So that last fight was an absolute mess. Should probably stop summoning people who are on the other side of the world. But yeah, that last fight, wow. Phantom range, weird backstabs. That one had everything. What is that? Is that Goddard's Twin Swords? No, it's not. Okay, that's Sellsword Twin Swords and a Cestus. Still Twin Swords, but not the shitty ones. At least I don't think... Yeah, no, that is the Sellsword Twin Swords. They look similar. And they've got Dark Moon Blade on them, so that's gonna be a pretty... Ah, jeez. Yeah, pretty high damage. Whew, that was risky. Yikes. Man, the last two people we've fought have been, like, crazy aggressive. Which is, not very conducive to my HP, as we have found out. Sex and rock and roll. That'll be a good one to end on if we can actually beat them. At least the last two fights have been short. Which, you know, isn't too great for me, but makes the video a little easier watching. But you know, if you enjoy watching me die a lot and enjoy my smooth, dulcet tones, well, there you go. Saxon rock and roll, and it looks like they're using a Karthus curved sword. We were able to beat the last person who had one of those, but only because they let us win. And a great shield too. Great shield's okay. I can actually poison people through the great shield. That was cheap. I am so sorry, but I want to win. Switch into a parry shield. Yikes. Stamina back. Woohoo. That was very close. Two-handing now. The two-handed R1s with that are scary. With the charge, you've probably noticed you can follow that up pretty well with just a regular R1. Oh, with some magic parry shield. You don't see those very often. Can we get a poison kill to finish it? Can we get a poison kill, please? Let's whittle their health down a little bit. Nope, killed them with the knife. I'm counting that as a poison kill. And with that kill, we are going to end this video. I hope you've enjoyed watching, and despite my many failures in this video, I do hope you are willing to give this build a try, because it is a lot of fun. I mean, yeah, I died a lot, and if you use this build, you might die a lot too, but I'm gonna go ahead and assume that you're better than me at this game. So, if you are better than me at this game, which isn't hard, and you want to give this poison build a try, more power to you. Until then, hope you had a good one. Cheers.